Hi, I'm Brian from Bailey Greek Legal. Welcome to another legal brief video, and today we're going to be addressing two questions that we've been asked quite a lot by businesses. And the first one is whether an employer can actually direct an employee to self-isolate themselves, and if the employee does have to self-isolate, whether they have to be paid by the employer. Now, it's very important to remember that as an employer, you have a duty of care to your other employees as well as yourself, and into maintaining that the workplace is a safe place for people to come to work. It's also important to remember that an employee has to be fit and able to work, and they don't get paid if they're not fit or able to work. If you're an employer and you suspect that your employee has gotten in contact with someone that could potentially have the coronavirus or the Covid-19 virus, we believe that in part and parcel of doing your duty, of carrying out your duty to ensure that your workplace is safe for everyone, it's within your rights to ask them to stay away from the workplace temporarily. They might have to self-isolate themselves for 14 days according to advice from the government, or you could also ask them to get a medical certificate from a doctor to demonstrate that they are fit and able to work. Now, whether or not you have to pay them for this period will depend on a few different things. Firstly, if they are able to work from home, then you will have to obviously pay them because they are actually getting work done. We'll have another video on the working from home because that's a whole different kettle of fish that it's too wide to actually cover in this particular video. However, if they aren't able to work from home, a few different things can happen. As mentioned in the other video we had earlier, you might have to, or the employee might be able to take paid annual leave or use a portion of their long service leave, or as well as negotiate possibly a period of unpaid leave. In the alternative, if the employee isn't willing to go on a period of leave, whether it's paid or unpaid, and this might sound harsh, but the employer might be able to justify the termination of the contract because it has been frustrated. And the frustrating event is when something happens so that both parties are unable to fulfill their obligations under the contract. And in this case, if the COVID-19 situation where the employee has to stay at home and is unable to do any work done, and the employer can't get any work to the employee to be done, then the contract could then be considered as frustrated. An alternative to all the above options would be to stand down the employee temporarily. If the contract has expressed stand down provisions, the employer has the right to stand down an employee where the employee cannot be usefully employed for stoppage of work for any cause. And the last thing we should say as well is that if the employee is found to have the virus and they are sick, obviously they should stay at home and they should be paid the paid personal leave while they are certified sick with this virus. Now, if you want any of the other videos that we're going to be putting up and you want to be notified, please feel free to subscribe or follow us to make sure you get a notification. And if you have any comments or any questions that you want to ask or any topics you want us to cover, put them in the comments below. And please feel free to share this video with anyone that you think might find it useful. Until the next video, stay safe and wash your hands.